He's a goner.
You were so young.
When they first kind of brought this project your way, and said that they were updating, Rugrats for sort of a modern era, what was each of your initial impressions, and how do you feel about how they went about doing it? Like the show just has, a cell phone here and there, and Grandpa does some yoga, that sort of thing.
When I first saw it for the first time, my eyes practically popped out of my head because it's in CG animation and it kind of jumps out at you with the way they have the vivid colors and like the textures. I mean, you can even feel like when Chuckie has his Reptar plush doll, you can see it looks like a real plush doll and you want to cuddle it.
The magic is in the detail. All the Cheerios and the carpet and the frayed clothes and Susie's underbite. Chuckie's hair is amazing.
I want to know what that beautiful girl sitting in front of you thought of that show.
Oh, did you like it?
Watching the other night.
Did you like
real.
She said it looks real.
Yeah.
Kids' imagination is timeless. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't matter what age they live in, they're going to like if you give kids a blank space, they're going to fill it up. And so I do like that it doesn't really matter. Like all the sort of timeliness is all in the adult stories. And I like that they kept the kids just completely grounded in their own little, childlike imaginations.
Now they're taking our favorite family, the Rugrats, and they're actually introducing these things and all these things that because the adults are now millennial parents. So I just think it's going to be so fun for the people that watched it back then to see our world today through the Rugrats eyes. So to me, that's what's so cool.
What was each of your personal history with Rugrats like? Was this a show that you were able to watch back in the day or something that you were aware of?
Yeah, I was. I watched it as a kid and I loved it. I wasn't a kid who watched all the cartoons or a cartoon fanatic, but Rugrats, definitely, I loved it.
Yeah, same. I can't claim to have watched every episode, but I watched it and have always been aware of its place in animation history. I mean, I knew how big a deal it was, and you try not to think about that when you're auditioning. Yeah.
I was a little bit on the older side, but I still watched it. Like I wasn't so old that I was over it. But, like I was familiar enough that when I got a call saying like, hey, do you want to do this? I was like, oh, yeah.
And for me, I didn't watch it, but I think around that time I was aging into action films with Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger and whatnot. But like Timothy just said, there's no way you couldn't know who the Rugrats were, what they were, as far as the zeitgeist of society. So getting to be a part of it is something special in my career. It's definitely something that, you would want to be a part of as opposed to not being a part of.
I think there's some action scenes in Rugrats. I think that's...
There's a whole, Paramount Plus hasn't told anybody this yet, but there's a whole like shot for shot Rugrats remake of Cliffhanger, including that the lady drops. Like
that's why I signed up.
What would you say that you have most in common with your respective character?
I think I'm most like Chuckie because we both have glasses. I'm just
Dee Dee kind of, she's got a bit of a nervousness to her that I think, kind of comes from really wanting to do the best she can all the time and having so much love and just wanting, to love and make everybody be okay. And I think I share that for sure.
Oh man, Stu, I think what I love about Stu and what I hope I have in common with him is like he's an inventor, I'm an actor. Like you wake up every morning thinking today could be the day, sort of seize the day, sky's the limit sort of thing.
Lil is very always looking for the fun in things, and I have to say I have a pretty good time in life, and Phil is very much his own man. Whether it's what everybody else is doing or not, it's his point of view, it's who he is and who he's going to be, and the two of them have each other's back. I'd say I'm a good supportive friend. I do not enjoy a nice big bowl of mud, nor do I enjoy eating any bugs. But
We both have fat cheeks. We have chubby cheeks, me and Angelica. Okay, that I share with her.
I tend to kind of not do things like everybody else does. I sort of really just make my own assumptions about things and then I follow it through. I really trust myself and I always end up doing what's right for everybody.
Stu in particular has a very, very incredible meme that always is in my mind.
Well, remind me, Stu has a legendary meme. It's the middle of the night and he's sort of wondering what he's living for, right?
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Why on earth are you making chocolate pudding?
Because I've lost control of my life.
He's usually at a 10, optimist, unwaveringly. And then occasionally Stu has a little dip in constant, a little crisis of conscience or an awareness that he's getting older and hasn't lived up to his dreams. And those dipping into those moments really quickly are some of my favorite.
I love that meme. That's the meme I've seen the most. And I'm not even a big meme person. I never catch on to the memes, but I saw that one and I think it's so funny.